Time to talk some Pittsburgh Pirate baseball from Wooley Bullies. They've got the big roast of the season for the summer, weeks away. Stay tuned to everything they do on social media so you can get some good grub from some really good people. Dale Brellock is here, of course. Debo's moving and storage. She's always on the move, but tonight, he and his significant other, they are here with me, and then later tonight talking some football at Lori Lovato's D&G. Let's talk about this place. It really is a throwback. Going back to another one of those Debos, Greg Debo and I would sit here. Of course, Duke himself, the 38 Stoney's tap system with the ice on top. And man, a quarter a draft, and we would just solve the problems of the world. There is not a bar in New Brighton or in Beaver County that has the history of this place, Wooley Bullies.
Absolutely. When I was little, I remember coming in and sweeping the floor for a pop and a bag of chips or a lollipop would do. You know?
And remember, tastes great, less filling. Ed Shewak Distributing. Allison, thank you so much. Always out there taking care of all of us. Skeens yesterday, they're off today. Toronto tomorrow. Jones didn't fare so well in the part of that first doubleheader game yesterday. The tall Skeens in all the years that I've been following Pirate baseball, covering Pirate baseball, and I go back to Smiley and Dravic and Candelaria, Doc Ellis. Come on now, this guy, it's early. Garrett
Generational
Cole.
talent. Generational talent.
What is it about?
Probably his height, his weight, the ability to hurl the ball with his splitter, sinker. Like, he's loving these guys. And like Jones experienced his first downfall. Like, he got beat up pretty good. And that's come to be expected when the rookies go out there. But Skeens, he's different. He's a monster.
I mean, you realize this guy just turned 22 yesterday. I mean, a couple of years at the Air Force Academy, he transferred to LSU, College World Series winner. He's literally within months from the minor league. Look, the crowd just continues to build. We love the crowd. Just keep them coming. We're coming to hear us talk about Paul Skeens. But honestly, what happens, he's within months, he's pitching in the big leagues, just like he's always been.
A lot of people didn't think he would be up here this fast.
I did.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, honestly did. I actually drafted him in my fantasy baseball league. I drafted him with one of my picks because I knew he'd be here sooner than later. And it's the bullpen that always has me wishy-washy. You know, the starting pitching rotation had a lot of promise. Keller went through his downs. You know, yeah, he's back. I mean, is he cemented? No. I mean, eventually it's Skeens' rotation.
What worries you about this rotation? Is there anything that worries you? As long as you have Skeens and Jones and Keller can just do what he does, he kind of balances things out. You get 3 out of the 5, and Perez and others, and right, but I'm more worried about the middle relief.
Same.
Bednar's come back, but I'm more worried about the middle relief. You're not so sold on Bednar.
Their bullpen is.
You're not sold on Bednar?
He's not who he was 2 years ago.
And Chapman, is that been a failure?
I don't think so, because I think the premise that he comes to a team where he knows this is probably it for him. You know, and he's the journeyman now. And he has to go out there and pitch his ass off, because if he doesn't, he has no job.
Yeah, listen, here's the best part of all. Wooley Bullies still does live music. Live music, great food, great adult beverages, great atmosphere. It's all good in the neighborhood of Wooley Bullies here. In the historic home of Neil Shirley and many others. It's in Brighton, Pennsylvania. I was bragging on Brian Debo earlier today. The Debo Johnson family. Greg Debo, Adam Johnson, yourself in there. I'm going to put you on the spot. The greatest athlete in your family. Who is it?
You can't do that.
Come on, I'm doing it. Adam, Brian, maybe. I'm going to give you some love.
So I didn't see that play.
I did.
I was abroad. Yeah. So I would say Adam. I would say Adam probably has.
He was
Larry.
Beast, and Larry, and then Whitey.
Whitey baseball all day. I mean, if you gave me sports, I would be more competitive.
And here's the other thing. Not only have they done great business through the years, all of them, but this moving business is something that's in your blood. Let's talk about the youngster Brian. We know what Adam's done. He's a legend. Yourself, you're an up-and-coming legend. You're in that rarefied air. But Brian really took it to another level.
It started with a moving truck, right? At my grandfather's garage. He bought it on a whim. It was just plain Jane. It was white. He brought it back there and he fixed it up and decided it was going to be Debo Moving and Storage. It was actually started as Debo and Sons. Because my grandfather was literally the business driver. Yep. My grandfather Walt was the driver of the business side of things, while Brian was deciding what he wanted to do in life, and it just took off from behind the police station, right near the police station down in the second Ave. That's where his original first warehouse was. Oh, really? Yeah. He was down there in one of the garages. Him and Claudette would live there. He lived there.
So he gave me some swag, Brian. I'm all pumped up. I'll be wearing Debo's Moving the Storage. But I still want one of those Caluso Movers jumpsuits. Come on now.
No, I have a Caluso shirt for you.
Do you?
I do.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, back to baseball. Sawinski goes down, Gonzalez comes up, swinging a hot bat. Henry Davis goes down, doing okay. We got to get a good catcher, there's no doubt about it. But when you look at this lineup, even Connor Joe impressive at times, but it's Brian Reynolds who's getting hot. We got Brian Hayes dealing with the back problems. He seems to be healthy now. You got O'Neal Cruz, who's everyone's everything. Talk to me about how there's just too much talent for this Pirate team not to figure it out.
Well, we're good. But it's, if you watch the games, it's one or the other. It's the bullpen or the offense. And now they became RBI machines in the last couple games. The beginning of the season, not so much. They were literally struggling to find their groove to complement the pitchers. Like O'Neal Cruz, we know he could get misses. Like he's hitting the ball harder than anybody ever thought he could. And Brian Hayes being out, that was huge for us. But when you think about how like Gonzalez and all these guys are doing whatnot, they're hitting the ball better. It's just it has to be more consistent. And it all goes back to like hitting coaching, pitching coaching with the bullpens and whatnot. But they got a great team. It's just they got to learn how to play together. They got to gel. They have to.
So the three going into the Pirate Hall of Fame: Leland, Barry Bonds, Barney Shelby. You're old enough to remember all the names that talked to me.
Jim Leland, hands down. I mean, he was a no-brainer. Bonds, he could have been in there earlier. Like what he did for the Pittsburgh Pirate organization was huge. But a lot of people feel the opposite. They think that he didn't blow up until he left the Pirates. Well, he literally blew up when he left the Pirates. Yeah, he turned in from beanpole to Barry.
Beanpole, that's right, he was.
Yeah, he was a beanpole.
But you know, he really...
And he wasn't hitting that great.
No.
He hit shots. He could hit a home run, but he wasn't the Bonilla. Bonilla was always the same size. You know, Van Slyke was always there. Like he played in that era with like LaValliere and Sid Breen. That team was crazy. Bonds did big boy things when he left and went to the bench. And
Is Shelton going to give us a chance?
honestly,
You think he's a bridge?
I do. He's not our forever guy. He's not the Leland type Tanner guy. He's not that good.
So what you're telling me, Terry Francona loses a little weight, gets back into shape like your Pratte.
All day
Comes out of
long.
retirement,
100%.
he comes to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Takes some strength to see it.
I think Gary Shelton, we got to give him a little time. Carrington, a little time. Is Bob Nutting doing enough as far as you're concerned? What else does he have to do?
He has to let Charrington do his job with no reach. Absolutely. Just hand him some money and say, do your thing.
Come on, come right through, sir. You're privileged. You're a customer. Go ahead.
So, yeah, if you just gave him free reign, look, if you look at it from the standpoint, everybody's on that cusp. Skeens gets good, what is Nutty going to do with them? He's going to offload it. But we're just in that little cycle where Nutty doesn't care about the success, he cares about the finance part of it. If you want to sell out, put a team out there that's worth watching all the time, that can be competitive, where your coaches actually do their job and feel the best instead of saying, well, you know, Tellez, he got in at first pick. Like, come on, let him do his thing. Let him spend some money so he can get a first base.
What about this story? Making the first base, you put the ball right on the tee. Josh Bell comes back.
Oh, I love it. Over Tellez all day. No, he's not really. No, he's a little bit more of a hype.
Josh Bell, I really took part of it.
Absolutely. And that was a nutting thing where, you know, do you want to pay him? Do you not want to pay him?
I think if he's coming up now with nutting is, he pays.
Yeah, but it's not going to be what he would have paid him a few years ago when he was walking out the door.
But what he's done, he doesn't play a smart game.
I mean, to a degree, yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I understand it's a business. It's just one of those things where you have small market teams like the Astros at the beginning before the World Series runs and the cheating, and the Royals that were small market teams that went and won a World Series.
I got to talk to you about Josh Bell. Do you really believe you can get 10 good years out of him? Would it be worth it? He shows you prominence like right now, because first base is such a big part of the reason why they haven't been successful. Do you do a deal with him sooner than later? Does he have to show you long term or short term?
Short term. Short term.
Just enough.
Yep, just enough.
You get him in one of these Brian Hayes deals.
Yep. That's my opinion. I don't think that you sell the farm on somebody that don't know what's going to happen.
All right, coming up later tonight, Steelers football, but the place to meet, greet, eat, live music, and more. Yeah, the motorcycles always go by. It is Wooley. Are you here?